Hi, I'm Derek from Fiber. I just want to take a moment to show you how to winterize the dash. The first thing you want to do is drain out your tanks. At your manifold, open both your valves. There is a drain plug on the bottom that will drain it out completely, and also open up one of these caps just to drain out all the water. And once it's done draining, I would leave these valves open for winter, so that if you move the trailer and a little water sloshes around after you do this, what can happen is it can fill back into the manifold and then freeze this out, or freeze up against the valve. So make sure you leave those open for winter, leave the plug out, and so once that's empty, we'll turn on the pump and we'll go up and we'll show you how to do the top here. So after the manifold is right empty, we want to run this thing out of water. So first of all, what we're going to do is change the rinse source to water, which is pulling from that empty manifold, and then just go ahead and turn on one of the valves and run it until we start sucking air. Just air comes out. You can hear the pump cycling really fast when it's starving for water, but get all the water out of the circuit. After you do that, fire up the pump and open up all your handles and try to get as much water, open up your master water valve and try to get as much water out of here as possible, and just kind of get that evacuated out. Okay, after you do that, you're gonna put your sprayer antifreeze in this tank. At the factory, we do it in about 3 gallons. A lot of guys do a pail, sometimes 2 pails, depending on how good you are or how much practice you have at doing this. So what we're gonna do is put your antifreeze in here, set your rinse source to D, and then you're gonna do it in this procedure. Open up D and agitate, and just let it circulate a little bit. And once you got antifreeze coming through both circuits and it's just kind of recirculating back in itself, then close those off, and then come along and just open up each valve until you smell or see the antifreeze coming out. So just do each valve along the top here, S, H, and then you're gonna do your hand sprayer. And the hand sprayer, you're gonna spray that back into here and just spray it until there's no more water. It's just antifreeze at that point. So that's how you do that circuit. It is safe to pull this cap off after you've rinsed it. Just shut this off, pull the cap off, just let anything drain out of here, and then you can leave that. Okay, now everything's winterized up here. The rest we're gonna do from the bottom. Very specific procedure here that I want you to follow. First is you're going to pull your handles, H first. Antifreeze is going to start coming out that nozzle. Until antifreeze comes out, pull it again. So now what we're doing is we're winterizing the valves along the bottom. Antifreeze comes out, do A, then the last one is going to be D. So that's the last one we want to do, because when you open that up, it'll flood the rest of the leftover antifreeze into the bottom manifold, and we're going to leave it there. So what's going to happen is run that for a little bit, shut that off, and now I want you to open the master valve here. Just open it for like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Just quick on, quick off. What's going to happen is some of the antifreeze that's in that bottom manifold, it's now going to push it, it's going to flow backwards back to this manifold here, but you leave this all open so it can evacuate out. But that way that ball valve on the far side is treated. Now after this, you're going to fire up your pump, just not a high speed, but maybe half speed. And then you're going to open up all your valves, and you are going to suck whatever antifreeze you can out and push it out the boom, unhook the boom, push it out the boom. And then once it's done, shut your pump off. You can close these up, and then there's a plug on the back of the pump. Undo that plug, and I leave it out for winter. So you can drain that motor out so it's empty, and leave the plug off of that, and that's it. So that's the procedure.